incarnate, binder of all things, I release your curse.
Lord Leo, what are you doing there with Brynhild?
Hello, Linde. I was just practicing. Are you interested in Brynhild?
Of course. I've heard stories about a tome only wielded by Norian royalty.
And I'm intrigued by your tome. Aura, right? It may be similarly restricted. I know. If you don't mind, would you consider trading tomes?
To try each other's magic? I'm not sure if you can use mine, though.
Maybe my being from another world will get around it. Only one way to find out. Would it be alright if I test out Aura first?
Sure. Let's see what happens.
Blast! It doesn't respond to me at all. Is there something I need to focus on?
Well, become one with the light? If you unify with Aura, its power is open to you.
One with the light? I'd always regarded light as magic, not as a thing itself.
No, you must embrace and ascend into the light. Once you're filled with its power, you release it. That's the trick.
I see. I think. So in other words, it's impossible for me to use Aura. I need more knowledge of light magic. Beyond any magical restriction, your tome demands great ability to wield it. You have a keen affinity for light magic. It's no wonder your father left you this.
Oh my! Such words from a mage of your high caliber. Lord Leo, I'm speechless.
Well, pull yourself together, Linde, and then give Brynhild a try.
Yes, sir! Gravity incarnate, binder of all things, I release your curse. Nothing? Really?
Indeed. The words alone are not all there is, you see. You call on the vitality of the planet and drive it to, say, ripen tomatoes.
Ripen tomatoes. While appetizing, it's hard to imagine making that happen. Is it like sending your power to the plants to make them bear fruit?
It's not just your power you use. You channel that of the earth. And if you add your own magic to that, you can increase the effect. Gravity incarnate, binder of all things, I release your curse. Your power is mine! Or, well, something like that. Get it?
Sorry, it may be too difficult for me. Brynhild's power is so profound. Even if I could get the basics figured out, I could never master it as you have. Such difficult magic at your command. You're a genius, Lord Leo. And your grasp of battle strategy is without equal.
You're a fantastic asset to the army yourself, Linde. And not just as a powerful mage, though I believe your skills compare to my own.
It makes me happy to hear you say that. Let's keep working hard as mages so that we can be useful to everyone.
We can overcome any hardship with the combined power of our magic.
You're making a habit of saving me from dire situations, Linde. With magic as powerful as yours, I'm glad you're fighting on our side.
Of course. And I might have saved you that time. But the only reason the enemy can't get to me is because you're protecting me.
It's only natural to protect your allies. I think we work well together. To be honest, I wish I had the power to protect all our allies on my own. I'm not that strong, though. And I'm still inexperienced as the leader of an army.
You? Inexperienced? There's no way that's true. You've been so helpful, even from the first day we met. I owe you. I know you asked Merrick to look after me before. I was able to make friends with a fellow mage for the first time because of that.
I'm glad to hear it. Poor Merrick. He's probably worried sick right now.
Oh, he's definitely worried about you, Prince Marth. Whenever we were together, all he did was talk about you. The whole time. Prince Marth is so amazing. Prince Marth can do anything.
Oh, did he?
Merrick always enjoyed himself most when speaking of you and Princess Ellis.
Even for a childhood friend, that is kind of embarrassing. But when Merrick and I are together, he often speaks of you.
Really?
Yes. He says your magic is amazing, and that it is heartening to fight beside you. And that it would have been fun to study magic with you and Kadain.
He really said all that?
I'm sure he is just as worried for your safety as he is for mine.
You're probably right. And that's all the more reason for us to get back safely.
Indeed. You, me, all of us. We will return home safe and sound.
Yep. And I'm not trying to copy Merrick here, but I also believe that you can do anything, Prince Marth. Please allow me to keep fighting with you. I will do all I can to protect you.
Thank you, Linde. I rely on you just as much as Merrick does, you know.
What a nice thing for you to say. I'm so deeply grateful.
You are an invaluable friend to me. I am happy to have you with us.
I'm happy to be here. You can count on me anytime, Prince Marth. This bit goes here, and then... it's all undone. How in the world?
Looks like this little miss is in distress. Do you not know how to fasten a cloak?
Niles? Where did you... I do too know how to fasten a cloak. It's these damned Atolesian cloaks. They're different from ones in my world.
Oh, of course. It definitely isn't that you haven't got your servants here to help.
I did have people take care of me in the palace, it's true. But that...
No buts. I can't stand spoiled brats with no understanding of hardship. You're the daughter of that famous pontifex, right? You must be so proud.
It's only natural to feel pride in one's parents. Are you saying you don't?
Do you mean the father who left before I was born? Or the mother who left after? I suppose I could find something to admire in a well-executed escape plan.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you'd lost your family. You've been alone longer than I have.
Alone? How do you mean?
Well, without your parents. I know that I was filled with joy as a child, but Garneth killed my father and turned my world upside down. I couldn't stop him.
Oh.
I tried, of course, but I was no match for him. It took all I had just to escape. I lost my home, my family, my friends, everything. It was hard. I dressed as a man to conceal myself. The things I did to stay hidden. So, I know perfectly well how to fasten a cloak, okay?
I get it. I suppose I should take back what I said earlier.
You know, I may have misjudged you too. You're not all sass and belittling people. You can understand the pain that others feel, even if you hide it.
No, I just can't live with having made a mistake and not correcting it.
Well, if you insist, we can leave it at that.
What's so funny?
Oh, it's not that it's funny. It's just... I suppose when I see you in battle, I feel this desire to protect you. Even though I didn't know, I think it's because we've both lost our parents.
Ah, then I guess my instinct to protect you wasn't misguided either.
What do you mean?
You aren't some delicate flower who has never known suffering. You've beaten it. To make up for the horrible things I said, I'll protect you on the battlefield.
Then I'll use my magic to keep you safe as well, Niles. We'll be unstoppable.
Let's not get carried away.
I don't mean to bother you, Linde, but are you okay? You seem lost in thought.
Oh, hello, Princess Minerva. I was just thinking about Princess Nina.
Princess Nina of Arcanea? I suppose you used to live in the Arcanean Palace, didn't you?
Yes, my father, Maloa, served as pontifex in the royal palace. But when Dolar invaded, the palace was torn apart.
The royal family and everyone living there was either captured or killed, right?
Yes, except for Princess Nina.
That any of the royal family survived suggests to me they're not to be trusted, thinking only of protecting themselves. Perhaps they got what they deserved.
Princess Nina isn't like that. She's kind and strong. She's a good person. She's the only one that gives the citizens of Arcanea any hope.
Hope, And you believe she's worthy of that hope?
Yes. She's been through so much, but she still looks to the future with optimism. She's the reason I decided to join the fight against Dolar in the first place.
I see. If you defend her so fervently, then perhaps I'm wrong about her.
Oh. I didn't expect you to give up your position so easily, Minerva.
Being here has softened me. In truth, until recently, I'd been avoiding you.
Because I'm Archanean?
Yes. From where I stand, Archanea is at war with Macedon. I thought perhaps you might hate me for that very reason. But I've come to understand I was mistaken.
And I was mistaken about you too, Princess Minerva. Since Macedon aligned with Dolar, my view of your people had diminished.
So it is during war.
But you did say you would reconsider your thoughts on Princess Nina. So perhaps it is possible for our peoples to overcome their differences.
It's hard to imagine now, but the idea is nice. The sooner the better. Why don't we work together to build a future in which we're free from Dolar? If we can get along, I'm sure Macedon and Archanea will be able to.
Yes, I'm sure we'll be able to reach that point eventually. Until then, I'll work to bring peace to the continent from Princess Nina's side.
Princess Nina must be relieved to have such a gifted mage behind her. We may have a long road ahead of us, but we'll make it. Right, Linde?
Yes. Now, let's take the fight to our enemies, together! Oh, are you cooking something, Tharja? What kind of seasoning is that?
Salamander skin?
Ugh! Do you really eat that in the world you're from?
No. It's for a ritual I'm working on. The black snakes and bats are for it too.
Not food, then. Thank goodness. But what does it do in a ritual?
Depends. There are curses to cause incredible pain to the target. I could take complete control of the victim. And I guess it can cure disease.
Oh, wow! What about bringing someone back from the dead?
Death is not a disease. Why do you ask that?
I want to see my father again. There is still so much I could learn. I inherited this tome aura from him, but it's nothing compared to all he knew.
Now that you mention it, I do sense a spirit radiating from that tome. It isn't cursed, is it?
What? My father would never use dark magic.
Dark magic is often misunderstood. It can reflect your darkest thoughts, but it also reflects the good ones.
Maybe you're sensing the restriction on the tome. Father feared it would fall into the wrong hands, so only women can use it.
A restriction on the wielder? That is certainly something dark magic can do. However, I sense strong emotions from the previous user too.
My father.
I can't be sure, but maybe it isn't that the tome can only be used by women. Linde, this tome is filled to the brim with a desire to keep you safe from harm.
Really? It makes me happy to hear that, Tharja. Knowing some part of him is with me helps me miss him less. Even if we'll never see each other again, I'll always carry him by my side with this.
A lingering embrace, one that supersedes even death. That has a nice ring to it. I think I could accomplish such a thing using dark magic too. Then my love and I... Oh...
Tharja? Hello?
Thank you, Linde. You've given me an idea for a new spell.
Okay. I'm not really sure what you mean, but I should be the one thanking you. Now I know that my father's love is present in this tome. That means he'll be with me on the day I finally avenge his murder.
With that tome in hand, I'm sure nothing can stop you. But, if you don't mind, could I come by sometime and take another look at it? I think it could help me with some research I'm doing.
Of course. You're welcome to it anytime, Tharja. I'll be happy to show it to you.
Thank you, Linde. I have a feeling you and I are going to be very good friends.